All right. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Everyone, I mean all 10 of the people who watch this. Uh, so in Windows 11, there's two things I'm going to cover in this video. That if you do a lot of networking, like with shared drives or anything like that, and you do a lot of file renaming and deletion and copying, and stuff, it's really annoying to have to click OK every time. So I'm going to show you two separate things. One, I'll show you the symptoms first, or what we're going to disable. Um, so I have two different computers networked to this one. So this E drive is on a different computer, and this V drive is on a different computer. You can see the IPs here. Um, so and I made some folders in here just to demonstrate. So new folder, if we try to delete this, we can't delete it without clicking yes. I want to just be able to not have this box pop up, and when I delete it, it moves it to the recycle bin or deletes it permanently, right? The second thing is when you're copying files, and this is going to actually work without the pop-up, because I've already done this step, and I'll show you this first. But when you copy over from a network like this, you'll end up getting this pop-up. These files may be harmful to your computer. This happens on Windows 10, but also I've seen it, and it happened on Windows 11 because I just installed Windows 11. But I want to get rid of this box because I don't like to do extra stuff, basically. So to fix that one that I just showed you, the yellow box one, because the other one's more in depth. The permanently deleting, get rid of that warning, is more difficult. So the first one, what you need to do on Windows 11 is hit Control Panel and Network and Internet, and Internet Options. And then you need to click the Security tab up here, and you need to go to Local Intranet, and you need to hit Sites, and you need to hit Advanced, and then you need to add the computer's IP address. I wonder if you can use DNS on here. You probably can. I would imagine you can. So either the name of the computer or the IP address. If you put in the IP address and you don't have static or reserved IP addresses, and the IP address changes, then you'll have to re-add it. So just set up a static or reserved IP address in your router. Otherwise, you can use the computer name because that won't change most likely. And to find the computer name, you can just open any folder, and on this PC, you can right-click Properties, and it should show up here the computer name. Same thing in Windows 10. But I have everything reserve IP addresses, so my IPs don't change on my devices. But yeah, and then you apply OK and whatever and get out of there. And then that will get rid of that yellow box when you copy files across a network drive. Now, the second one is more tricky. And the second one is this one where you delete a folder. So if we try to delete this, like I showed you, you have to click yes. Now, there are things people will say if you try to Google this. A lot of people will say hit Properties on the recycle bin and make sure to uncheck delete this confirmation dialog. Right? You can see I have this unchecked, and then people will think you're dumb for for not listening to them when they tell you to uncheck this because they're stupid, and they probably don't even know what a map network drive is, right? So Anyway, I don't know. People on forums are sometimes funny. Like I Google search stuff and I'm reading forums and I see like the original poster get mad. Like I saw somebody on a forum for this issue because I did research to figure out my options because what I was trying originally wasn't working. And the original poster got mad at somebody who gave the answer to them, which works. It's this answer, which I've tested and worked. They got mad at them because it was too vague and they didn't know enough. Like they didn't know what a map drive was and like real basic stuff. And it's okay if you don't know that stuff, but don't get mad at the person who actually gives you a correct answer. It's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry, little rant there. But you can see the issue why unchecking this doesn't work is because this drive is not available in the recycle bin. Like you have to do this for each drive or each drive. So we need to add this drive to the recycle bin on this computer. And how do we do that? Well, so this is the workaround or how I found a way to be able to do it on Windows 11. And by the way, this issue doesn't happen on Windows 10. It didn't for me anyway. But now there's a caveat with this because the folders that you're going to move, which I'm going to show you in a minute, are going to not be there anymore on this computer, on whatever computer you move them from. So, yeah, there's that. So what are we doing here? Let's go to C. This is how you do it. C, users, the username, or whatever account that you're doing this from. Now, I'll make a new folder here. You don't have to do this. This is just an example. I already had one, actually. But if you right-click on this folder and properties, these are the tabs you get. But if you click on, like, say, pictures properties, you get more tabs. And this location tab is what we're interested in. So this only works for certain folders in your users and then account name folder, if that makes sense, if you're following me. So you can't just do it with any folders, I don't think. But you probably have folders in here that are empty or you don't use. Like for me, I probably don't use links, and this should have one. Yep. And I don't use music folder on my local one, and I don't use contacts. So it's I'll use contacts for this one. So anyway, you right click and then properties and then location, and then you want to move. So it's going to move the contents of this folder over to whatever drive you tell it to. So it should be a folder you don't use, and you may want to delete or move all the stuff in the folder because I don't want like content moving over to my drive. But anyway, here, I'll do it. Location, move, and then E drive, and you want to be on the root of the share drive. And select folder and okay, and then we recommend moving all files so that the program as a folder, and then click yes, and it moves all the content and it removes this folder. But now if we go to E and we tried to delete, it just deleted it. There's no warning anymore. Where is the delete? There it is. Windows 11. God, I hate Windows 11, but I kind of like some stuff about it, but I mostly hate it. But anyway, so that's how you do it. And if you want to restore, like if you decide you don't like that and you need to get that file back, so if you do that with a folder in here, and like if I wanted that contacts folder back, I have a link in the description of this video, and it will bring you to a Windows 7 forum. But I tried these scripts and they do work on 10. Restore missing folders. And they have all these scripts. So for whatever folder you use to move, they have a script for each one. So I just downloaded all these. And I tried the links one, which is what I used earlier. And I ran it and I restarted the computer and the links folder came back. So I would, before you go moving these, I would download these scripts. You'll have to make an account at the Windows 7 forums, but it just takes a second, and then there's just download buttons for each script in the link in the description. So these are handy actually to have. And that's it. So that's how you get rid of the nagging message, because I'm doing so much stuff. Like I'm copying movies and moving stuff and, renaming files and whatnot. So I don't want any dialog boxes popping up. Anyway, I have a good idea. I was going to say, have a good day, guys. I hope that helped. It was a little long-winded, but hopefully you get the point, and I try to do a little bit of explanation so you understand what's going on a little bit more. If you're don't have a ton of knowledge on the subject, it's I like to explain stuff a little more so people understand rather than just following instructions blindly. But anyway, later.